All right, back with some new flavor in your ear. Draft spotlight. Wow, it's time for new flavor in your ear. Up, kicking. Rest in power to Craig Mack, by the way. Um, Great song. Remix was crazy too. So let's talk about Jalen Tolbert, receiver from South Alabama. I got the request today. Hadn't heard of him until somebody requesting him on Twitter today, man. I looked at some footage, did my thing. Um, yeah, Trey on Twitter asked me to check him out, and they listed him at 6'3". But obviously he measured in. I think he measured in at 6'1", so 2 inches shorter. College, we all know they be lying in the college program most of the time, but it's rare that you get somebody listed at the right height or higher, taller than what they say. And I think Aiden Hutchinson was one of the rare occasions where he was actually taller at six. What he was an official 6'7" than what they listed. But he from Mobile, so he from the area. Red shirt freshman, a red shirt senior. One of the things that might scare people away, he older at 23. You know what I'm saying? But 6'1", 194, 32 and 1/4 arms, 10-inch hand. So, you know, he's still a really good specimen. All right. Um, Good at going to get that ball, bro. That's what I can say. He good at going to get that ball, high pointing the ball. He's a speed receiver. He's a speed guy. He's just a guy that stretched the field. I want to say speed. He one of them dudes that get vertical, you throw it up to him. Um, what he is, 4.49. That's solid for him. Be nice if you ran a 4.49, was official 6'3", but didn't bench. 36-inch vertical, that's nice. 123 broad chop, 7.08 3-cone drill. Um, it says Tolbert was only a two-star recruit out of Mobile, McGill, Tulane High School. He didn't get a chance to prove himself during his first year at hometown school because of injury suffered in preseason camp. So it's one of the reasons why he can improve himself. He had injury. He played all 12 games of reserve following year, 5-60 before breaking out his sophomore year. Tober led the Jaguars 2019 with 6 receiving touchdowns, 19.3 yards per reception, 27, 521, 720 catches, 521, and 12 starts. His play in 2020 really grabbed scouts' attention as he ranked seventh in FBS with 1,085 receiving yards, 64 receptions, 17 yards per catch, 8 scores to earn his first team All Sun Belt notice. Instead of heading to the NFL, Tolbert instead stayed at USA, University of South Alabama, to work with transfer passer Jake Bentley from South Carolina, Utah, who is already knew through working with Mobile-based quarterback trainer David Morris. His efforts paid off as he was named 2021 Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. First team All League after setting school records with 82 receptions, 8 touchdowns, and 12 starts. Tolbert ranked sixth in FBS with 1,474 receiving yards, 18 yards per reception, and also set a school record with 178 receptions, 3,140 yards receiving by, it says, Chad Reuter. His comparison is Marvin Jones Jr. That's a good comparison. It says silky smooth athlete who morphed into a monster over the last 2 seasons. Tolbert is a high character prospect with skill elements that are dripping with NFL potential. He gave work to everyone he faced, including SEC cover corners at Tennessee. His three sport backgrounds offer unique perspective to pull from at his position, and route running gives him a leg up in camp battles early on. His trait, talent, production should push him up the board. Dialing up the competitive spirit could turn him into a top flight receiver number two. Strengths: put together big games against best opponents, right at home against SEC cornerbacks. See the Tennessee game, see most of that game. Stellar 2021 production, including 7 games, 100 plus yards. Shimmies feet and shakes press man. Fights through grabby coverage. Routes are gliding and smooth, stick shift, route running with excellent change of speed, powerful pre-break burst, fools the coverage, sinks hips for quick and sharp turns, high school baseball player with natural track talent, frames frames up his defender and imposes his will on the high point. His weaknesses: would like to see better success through catch adversity, undisciplined drops at time, concentration drops, can improve deep ball positioning against physical corners, could use more fire in his belly on every snap, gains positioning, but doesn't always finish the block. So, I mean, more fire on his belly, they saying, because of a few catches out there where he got the ball and got the hell out the way. He didn't run through contact. He will get the ball and run out of bounds. That's what they saying. He didn't run through contact. He'd catch it and just step out of bounds, or he wouldn't turn up field and run through his opponents. And they want to see that physicality, but that does take years off his career. But yeah, Marvin Jones Jr., that's a great comparison. When he was 6'3", and I thought he was 6'3" until I actually watched the let's at the official scouting readings. Um I thought that he was I thought that he was 6'3", but he looked at his combine number, he was 6'1". And yeah, that kind of reminds you of Marvin Jones Jr. He kind of reminds you of that. He not really shifty, but he got that deep, long speed. And happy belated birthday to Marvin Jones Jr. or senior now, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's junior. Uh, I'm pretty sure athletically they in the same ballpark. Yeah, Marvin was a 4.46. Tolbert was a 4.49. So yeah, Marvin Jones, they got him listed as 6'2". So yeah, they around the they around the same build. Kind of look at him too. He's shorter now, but I was looking like a Robbie Anderson. Even though Anderson, he didn't. I don't think he ran at the pro day. He ran at Temple Pro Day. He was an official 4.3. He was an unofficial 4.36. So he probably was in the same realm with them. He probably was a 4.43, 4.44 guy. What they do best is they stretch the field. And Marvin was also a fifth rounder, 166 pick, 6'2". So yeah, I see a lot of that in this game. Um, Marvin Jones Jr. wise, I see a lot of that in this game. He one of them dudes who like to stretch it out and high pointed. That's who he really remind me of. Him, Robbie Anderson, Marvin Jones Jr. They pretty much, that's kind of his comparison. You know what I'm saying? Not elite speed, but good speed and good size. And only issue with him is, he can do yak and he can run underneath with the football when you drop a dink it off to him. And you know what I'm saying? He's not the most, shiftiest guy underneath, but he can do some things. That's what remind you of Marvin Jones Jr. You know, go up there, snatch the ball away from somebody, stretch the field vertically. I think he's gonna clean up some route running things. And other than that, only real issue is the level of competition. He played in it week in, week out in South Alabama, but in this Tennessee game you see on the screen, he proved that he can ball. And he can get contested catches. He has some concentration drops where you looking upfield. That happens to receivers. One in the end zone where should have came back and got it, misjudged the trajectory. But yeah, that was a perfect comparison. He might go around day 2. He might go around the 5th pick. You get him in the 5th round, you might get a steal. He just got to get used to, doing something. I think 60-something% he spent outside, and 33%, somewhere around there, 31, 32, he spent in the slot. So he can go inside, he can go outside. But yeah, he Marvin Jones Jr., somebody you put out there, can run the route tree, but he one of those vertical stretching receivers. You know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes who gonna get it. But I think different from Robbie Anderson, Marvin Jones Jr. can work underneath a lot better because he a little bit shorter. And I think Jalen Tolbert can work underneath a lot better. They built a little bit more sturdier than Robbie Anderson. So yeah, really good football player. Heard he maybe at the best day 2 type of guy. But after everybody ran so fast at the combine, there's gonna be some People gonna fall in love with the Thornton speed. They're gonna fall in love with some of the, kid from Western Michigan speed. But as a football player, um, one thing about him, he give you to you underneath. Once you clean up, polish up the route running a little bit and polish up his release some more, down the field, he got it. When they grabbing on him in coverage, in the Tennessee game, he was able to be physical enough to, to to catch and power through contact. You know what I'm saying? And then also he just got a knack for getting the ball. He had some good quarterbacks on that film throwing him some good balls. And the couple of them was off, but he still was able to, track the ball coming down. That's one thing he good at. He able to track that ball on that post route. You know what I'm saying? He able to track that ball on that 9 route and going deep, and you're able to pluck it out the air. So, yeah, and guy that you would like to have, it might be a sleeper in this draft. You might look up in a couple years, he a couple years older. You might look up in a couple years, he might be one of the steals of the draft, you know. But we'll see. But 6'1". Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Jalen Tolbert of South Carolina. Check out the Draft Spotlight playlist for more videos like this. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, that stuff. Check out the Lion Draft Spotlight playlist for more videos like this. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.